people started getting displaced from their homes in Myanmar after the rebel conglomerate took on the Tatmadaw or the Myanmarese army or the Myanmarese military. And the clashes in the border areas between the military, the Myanmarese military and the 1027 rebels meant that villagers and even soldiers of the Myanmarese army fled to India. Nearly 50,000 Myanmarese citizens of course, Zo ethnicity have migrated or have taken refuge in Mizoram. Some of them have taken shelter in Manipur, in the hills of Manipur, and which has then contributed to the rising tension between the Kukis and the Meiteis who live in the plains of Imphal Valley and the Kukis who live in the hills of the Manipur state. That has meant that the cauldron has boiled over. The volatility of the situation has meant that there are law and order situation. There is a problem of insurgent groups taking advantage from both sides because of the uncertainty and the kind of influx that has taken place from Myanmar side. And this has now become a headache for both the governments in the northeast, the state governments in the northeast, as well as the centre. Now again, the state governments have a different approach to the entire problem. While Mizoram does not want the border to be fenced, Manipur, which is witnessing large-scale violence sporadically for the last 1 year or so, has been demanding a strict vigil on the border. The Assam Rifles, the country's oldest paramilitary force, has been deployed along the India-Myanmar border, but it is impossible to police or protect every inch of the border because it runs through mountainous terrain, rivers, jungles, thick jungles where there is no connectivity, road connectivity, and therefore there are many areas in which people can move freely across each other's territories. That has meant that the disruptions have happened in projects which were jointly taken up by India and Myanmar, like the Kaladan multimodal project. That has happened. Similarly, the state governments in India have been complaining about drug trafficking, arms trafficking from Myanmar into the northeast, which has added to the tension in these states. And according to the Assam Rifles, as I said, the kind of seizures that they have done in 2023 alone, that they have recovered nearly 20 odd weapons, contraband worth nearly $900,000, smuggled goods from Myanmar, and drugs which are worth more than $11 million. Now, these vulnerable regions also create problems of insurgents taking shelter in each other's territories. So some of the insurgent groups from Manipur have gone across and established camps in unpoliced areas in Myanmar. And some of the Myanmarese soldiers and Myanmarese groups have fled to the Indian side, creating the problems. So therefore, the centre has now said that the border needs to be fenced, and there would be no free movement of people without visas.